Welcome to Review for Reviews User Insights video. We are from Group Rainbow, and in this presentation, we'll be going through our brainstorming process, interviews, building of a prototype, our second round of interviews with the prototype, and finally, our conclusions. Our group brainstormed many problems that students face in the selection of modules. One very pertinent problem that we unanimously agreed on was the challenge in deciding what module to choose at the start of each semester. Currently, there's very limited access to student reviews for modules. The best current alternative right now is NUS Mods, where there is a review section, as we can sparsely see senior students giving back reviews. Hence, our group decided to analyze this problem deeper and find out the root of the problem. The main thing that we found out was that the main factor that's stopping most people from creating reviews is that there's very little incentive. Many senior students are not incentivized to write reviews to benefit other people without getting anything clear in return. Hence, our group devised a couple of solutions that potentially could solve the problems causing the current status quo. With these assumptions, we then crafted our questions and went to interview students, hopefully to validate that the problem exists and that we could build a viable solution. We interviewed 15 students from various faculties, mostly from the faculties of computing, engineering, and science. The first question, our group really wanted to know how much does the information in the review add value to a user's decision making when it comes to deciding on a module. We realized that about 50%, the seniors' feedback, the workload, and the bell curve, all are information that can be provided through a review that adds value directly to a student's module making decision. Second is whether students actually are using existing alternatives. In other words, whether the pain point is strong enough for them. We found that 2/3 of our users said yes, in that they are currently using the best current alternative, which is NUS Mods, the review section. The last question, we really wanted to know what kind of information do students really want from reviews. What we found was that most students cared about grading and bell curve issues as well as teaching mode and quality. With these insights, we believe that we have located a pressing problem. With that, we moved on to start building a prototype with our proposed solutions that we believe could solve the aforementioned problems. On this page, you can see our main page for our Review for Review prototype. There are 4 main buttons. On the top right, there's login and sign up to deal with account creation issues, and there's 2 main features in the main section: find a review and write a review. As a new user, most students come in to find a review at the start of a semester. What they will do is to click on find a review, which compels them to sign up. The reason why they have to sign up early in the user flow is because we need their account to assign credits for their user actions on the platform. For example, if they unlocked some reviews, they would then have to minus off some credits. So after signing up, you notice that instead of signing up, it turns to a profile button, and users can then start really finding a review. They are able to scroll through list of modules where there are reviews and then decide if they want to use their credits to unlock them. For example, if someone starts off with 103 reviews, seeing one module would minus off 5 points from their credits. After submitting, you see that they get unlocked to all the reviews from past seniors. Notice that there are some placeholder images. These represent anonymous senior students who perhaps are concerned about revealing their identity, are concerned about giving too honest feedback, such that they are not willing to expose their identity on the app. Next, users can search another module and continue the same process on and on. Next up, in the profile section, users can see their existing credits, their profile information, as well as their past reviews that they have watched and written. They can also bookmark reviews to view them easily in future. Our second feature, Write a Review, allows users to gain credits by writing reviews for modules they've already taken. Here, there's a drop-down list for modules that they can write about, And here, they can actually start typing out the review and ticking the relevant text of the areas that they have covered in the review. For example, if a user is just writing a review about the assessment mode, they can then tick this section after writing the review. Notice that there's also a post anonymously section where it allows users to review their identity when posting to a module. After submitting, the software then adds the relevant amount of credits for the users. And the user can then use these points to look at other secret reviews. After building this prototype, we then went back to the same students, got them to use it, and asked them deeper questions. Essentially, what we were trying to prove here was whether, after validating the problems on the left-hand side, whether the features that we have created, essentially the right-hand side, are features that were viable solutions to each individual problem. The first question was on whether this app was even viable, whether people would actually even use it. We got a resounding yes. People liked the fact that it was a better alternative to current solutions. The second question was whether people would be incentivized to give back to the platform. This was important as we needed to create a viral feedback loop to allow seniors to provide reviews to benefit the juniors and then their juniors and so on and so forth. What we found is that people enjoyed the concept of the credit system. However, people also highlighted that others might abuse the credit system by launching fake reviews or posting large amounts of low quality reviews. Finally, we also asked if the information provided in such a platform was actually information that was valuable to the end user. We got responses as well. Most users were positive that given a large user base that created lots of network effects, this platform can be a very useful platform to get reviews for most of their modules in their candidature. Apart from the questions, we also asked them if they would like to see extra features that we have missed out. Interesting suggestions included a voting system to give credit based on votes instead of the quantity of votes. For example, a long review that got voted out by other students will get more credits based on just a one-liner review that got 0 votes. Another interesting idea was having reviews not just for modules but also for internships for lecturers. Other people also recommended that apart from modules, we could also exchange important resources between batches such as cheat sheets, past tutorial questions, past year papers, and textbooks as well. Apart from students, we also interviewed professors to better understand if such a student-driven app would have viable use cases for the professors. Hence, we have interviewed 3 professors in computing. However, after speaking to these professors, what we have found is wider perspectives that prevented this app from being as useful to the professors as it is for the students. For example, one of the main pressing issues is teaching KPIs, where majority of the professors aren't incentivized as much to really use the information in such a platform to improve teaching outcomes. The reason being is that they are more focused on research issues. Another professor also talked about the problem of whether good reviews necessarily equated to good feedback, as tough modules might be very beneficial for students in future, but might be painful in the short run. In conclusion, we have validated the need for our review for review platform by students. However, if professors and faculty members were to get more value out of it, we will have to add more features and potentially do more interviews. We've come to the end of our presentation. Thank you.